Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly, and today our topic is how to add GoToWebinar meeting registrant on Typeform submission. So I'm running a marketing agency and I'm running some marketing webinars by using GoToWebinar. Now I have already created a registration form by using Typeform, and now what I want to do is that whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission or a new registration, then automatically by using the detail of that form submission from Typeform, I want to create a new meeting registrant in GoToWebinar. So here I want to do this automatically, and for that I need to simply build a connection between Typeform and GoToWebinar. So for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing software for automation and integration. Now with Pabbly Connect, whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission through Typeform, then automatically I can create a new registrant in GoToWebinar. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take you to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen, and today we are going to see that how we can add GoToWebinar meeting registrant on Typeform submission. So as the owner of a marketing agency, I often host webinar to showcase my services, and by integrating GoToWebinar with Typeform, I can automatically add registrants to my webinar list whenever they submit a contact form or any survey on my website. So this will streamline my enrollment process, and it will be ensuring that all interested leads are quickly registered for the webinar and reduces the risk of errors, and it will be allowing me to focus on providing valuable content to my audience. So here what I want to do is I want to connect Typeform with GoToWebinar. So here I want to build this connection in such a way that whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission or a new registration for my webinar from Typeform, then automatically it will create a new meeting registrant in my GoToWebinar account. So here I want to do this automatically, and for that I need to simply build a connection and this automation between Typeform and GoToWebinar with the help of Pabbly Connect. So with Pabbly Connect, I can build this connection and this automation without any coding and programming skills. And here for using Pabbly Connect, I need to open a new tab and I need to search for pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And this will take us to this landing page of Pabbly Connect. Now here in the landing page, I have these two options of sign in and sign up for free. If you don't have any account with Pabbly Connect, then you can just click on this sign up for free button, and it will take only 2 minutes of your time and you will get 100 free tasks every month. Or if you already have an account or you are an existing user, then you can just click on sign in. And you will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I just need to click on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect. And this will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Now here in the dashboard, I need to create a new workflow, and for that, I'm going to click on this Create Workflow button, and this window will pop up. Now here I need to name my workflow, so I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to add GoToWebinar meeting registrant on Typeform submission. Now I need to select the folder where I want to save my workflow, so I'm going to open this tab, and here in this tab, I'm going to find all the folders that I have in my Pabbly Connect account, and I'm going to use this particular folder of automation, so I'm going to select that. And now I need to click on Create. And it will direct us to this most important window for our workflow. And here in this window, I have these two boxes of trigger and action. So trigger and action are the two main principles on which our workflow works on. And trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow, and action is just going to follow that. So here in my workflow, I need to first set up my trigger, and here I can only set up single trigger step and multiple action steps. So here for setting up my trigger, I need to search for my trigger application, and here in my trigger application, I'm going to use Typeform. So I'm going to search for that, and I'm going to select Typeform here. Now I have to give my trigger event, so I'm going to open this tab, and new entry is going to be my trigger event. So I'm going to select that. And now I need to connect Typeform with Pabbly Connect in my workflow. So I'm going to click on Connect. I'm going to click on Add New Connection. And here I need to click on Connect with Typeform. Now I need to scroll down. And here I have to click on Accept to give access to my account. So I'm going to do that. And here I have successfully connected Typeform with Pabbly Connect. Now here I need to select my form that I need to connect here with Pabbly Connect so that I can get the responses of all the registration that I want to add in my webinar. So here for that, I'm going to take you to my Typeform account. And here in Typeform, I'm going to use this registration form. So this is the form that I want to connect with Pabbly Connect. And with this form, I want to get all the detail of my form submission whenever I'm going to receive a new registration or a new form submission. So for this, let me take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here for selecting my form, I need to open this tab. And here in this tab, I'm going to find all the forms that I have in my Typeform account. And in this, I'm going to use this particular registration form. So I'm going to select that. And now here, I need to click on Save and Send Test to Quit button. And here we can see it is waiting for response. Now for getting this response, I need to create a new form submission. And as I will create a new form submission, then automatically I'm going to get that response here in Pabbly Connect. So every new form submission that I'm going to receive through my Typeform, I'm going to get that response here in Pabbly Connect. So for getting this response, I'm going to take you to my Typeform account. I'm going to make my form publish. And here this is my form link. So I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to open that in a new tab. And here this is my registration form or my Typeform. Now I need to fill all these details to create a new form submission. So here first I have to give the first name. So my first name here will be demo. Last name will be user. I have to give a random phone number. And now I'm going to give the email that will be demouser@pabblytudes.com. Now I have filled all the required details. So I'm going to click on OK. And here I have this question. Do you have any additional questions or comments? So I don't have any questions or comments. So I'm just going to click on submit. And here I've created this new form submission. Now that as I've created a new form submission, I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here in Pabbly Connect, we can see I have received this response. So this is a response of my form submission that I've just created in my Typeform. And here I have received all the detail of my form submission and all the detail of my registrant. So here I have all these details, like I have the first name of my registrant, that is demo. I have the last name, that is user. I have the random phone number, and I have the email address, that is demouser@pabblytudes.com. So here we can see that these were the details that I filled in my Typeform, and as I've created a form submission in Typeform, then automatically I received that response here in Pabbly Connect. Now here in Pabbly Connect, whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission in Typeform, then automatically I'm going to get that response here in Pabbly Connect. Now that I have received all the detail of my form submission, now what I want to do is that by using all these detail of my form submission, I need to use all these detail, and automatically by using these detail, I need to create a new meeting registrant in my GoToWebinar account. So here for automatically creating a meeting registrant for my webinar in GoToWebinar, I need to set up my actions tab. And here I need to search for my action application that is going to be GoToWebinar. So I'm going to search for that and I'm going to select GoToWebinar here. Now I have to give my action event. So I'm going to open this tab and create registrant is going to be my action event. So I'm going to select that. And now I need to connect GoToWebinar with Pabbly Connect in my workflow. So I'm going to click on connect. I'm going to click on add new connection. Now here for connecting my GoToWebinar account, I need to first give a from time and to time. So here what I need to do is I need to give the from time and to time of my webinar where I want to add my meeting registrant. So how I'm going to get my from time and to time? For that, I'm going to first take you to my GoToWebinar account. Now here in my GoTo account, I'm going to first launch my GoToWebinar account. And here in GoToWebinar, I will go to dashboard. And here I have this particular event or my webinar where I want to add my meeting registrant. So I'm going to open this webinar. And here I have the date and my from time and to time. So here I have this timing in Indian Standard Timing, but I want this timing in UTC format. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this timing in UTC format, and for that I can use any time formatter or any converter. So I'm just going to open a tab and I'm going to search for IST to UTC converter, and here I can use any converter that I want. So I'm going to open this first link, and now here what I need to do is I need to change my timings. So my webinar timing is of 10 AM. So I'm going to change that here as 10 AM. And here we can see with this converter, I have my from time in UTC time zone. So I have my UTC timing that is 4:30 AM. So I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect. And I need my from time in this particular format. So I'm going to copy this format from here. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste that here. Now first I'm going to change the timing here. So my webinar timing is of 23rd of December. So I'm going to change that here. And now I'm going to give the timing. So as I have changed my timing in UTC format, it has been 4:30 AM. So I'm going to change that here. And now I'm going to copy this format from here. I'm going to paste that in my to-time tab. And now I'm going to just add 1 hour here. So as my webinar is of 1 hour, so I have given my to-time as 5:30. Now that I have given my time zone, now that as I have added my from time and to time, I'm going to click on connect with GoToWebinar. And here I have successfully connected GoToWebinar with Pabbly Connect. Now here we can see I have all these tabs, and here by filling out all these details, I can create my meeting registrant. So here we can see I have my webinar. So this was my webinar that I have connected with Pabbly Connect. And now in this particular webinar, I can add my meeting registrant. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill all these details of my registrant, and I'm going to use all the detail of my Typeform submission so that I can fill the detail of my registrant here, and I'm going to map my meeting registrant detail from my Typeform response. So for that, I just need to use mapping. And what mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous steps, and the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I need to click here. I'm going to open this responsive Typeform. And here I need to search for the first name of my registrant. So this is the first name. So I'm going to map that. Now similarly, I'm going to map the last name. So I need to click here. Again, I have to open this responsive Typeform. And I'm going to map the last name. So this is the last name of my registrant. So I'm going to map that. Now I'm going to map the email address. And also I have the phone number of my registrant. So I'm going to map that too. And here I have filled all the required details, or all the details that I have received from my responsive Typeform. Now I have all these other tabs too, but I'm not receiving these details from my Typeform submission. So I'm not going to fill these details. But if you are receiving these details, or if you want to fill these details, you can do that too. I have added all the details that I have received from my Typeform response, and I have filled all the required details. Now that as I have mapped these details, I have made all these details dynamic. Now what is going to happen is that every time I'm going to receive a new form submission from Typeform, then automatically all these details that I mapped here will get replaced with the new Typeform submission detail in the real time. And every time I'm going to receive a new Typeform submission, then automatically I will add a new meeting registrant in my webinar in GoToWebinar. Now that I have filled all the required details, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request button. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response, and this means that I have successfully created a new registrant in my GoToWebinar account, and I have created this meeting registrant by using all the detail of my Typeform submission. So here to check whether I have created a new registrant or not, let me take you to my GoToWebinar account. And here this is my webinar. Now I'm going to scroll down. And here I'm going to open this tab of registration. And here in registration tab, we can see I have 4 total registrants. So I'm going to open that. And here in registrants, we can see I have just added this new registrant that is named as demo user, and I have the email that is demouser@pabblytudes.com. So here we can see that this was my user. So here we can see that this was my registrant that has filled my Typeform, and as he has created a new registration by filling out my Typeform, then automatically I've created that registrant or added that meeting registrant in my webinar in GoToWebinar. So here I have successfully created this meeting registrant in my GoToWebinar account by using all the detail of my Typeform submission. So here I have done this automatically by setting up this automation between Typeform and GoToWebinar. And now what is going to happen is that whenever I'm going to receive a new Typeform submission, then automatically it will create a new meeting registrant in my webinar in GoToWebinar. So here I have done this automatically, and I have successfully created this connection between Typeform and GoToWebinar with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now with Pabbly Connect, I can automatically add GoToWebinar meeting registrant on Typeform submission. Now let me take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here with Pabbly Connect, I have connected Typeform to GoToWebinar to automatically add GoToWebinar meeting registrant on Typeform submission. So let's summarize what we did here. So first I have set up my trigger, and my trigger application was Typeform, and my trigger event was new entry. Then I have set up my actions tab, and my action application was GoToWebinar, and my action event was create registrant. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow, and you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description so you can check it out from there. And thank you for watching this video. Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this with Pabbly Connect. If you want to reach out to us, then you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any issues or queries related to our workflow, then you can check the forum link. And if you have any issues related to the pricing of Pabbly Connect or Pabbly, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel.